All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Living the Dream podcast. Today on the show, we're talking about Proverbs chapter 9, verse 4. Let's get it. Whoever is simple, let him turn and hear. To him who lacks sense, she says. So that's wisdom talking. In the first couple verses, wisdom was like, yo, I built my house. I've hewn my pillars, which means I made them really nice. I've slaughtered the beast, mixed the wine, set the table. I've prepared for the feast. Now I'm going to send these young women out. I'm going to get them to market this event for me that I am hosting. And this is to help people get wiser. Wisdom was the OG life coach. That's a joke and probably a bad one. And I shouldn't joke about the Bible like that. But hey, it is what it is. I made it. I kind of got a laugh out of it. So I'm just, okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. My interpretation of this is to cast a wide net. So whoever is simple, let him turn in here. To him who lacks sense, she says. Wisdom is about the wisest you're going to get. And so if you're wisdom and you're saying to somebody who lacks sense, and you're the wisest there is, everybody lacks sense in comparison to you. So I feel like she's pretty much talking to everybody here. And I like that wisdom casted throughout a wide net because I think a lot more people need to think bigger about who they want to impact. We all shoot to kind of impact ourselves and maybe our immediate circle, but we can do so much more than that. And so the entrepreneurial application of this is really talking to phase 3. Get clear on who you can help and how you can help them, and then develop yourself such that you can help more people and cast a wider net. But it starts with that initial clarity. And wisdom here is wise. So they can help everybody who is simple, which in comparison to wisdom is just about everybody. And so wisdom is valuable enough to cast a really wide net. So as you make yourself increasingly valuable, you'll be able to cast a wider net and impact more people. And I'll get into an example of that a little bit later. But right now, where has this shown up in my life? I would say who I help in my daily life. I cast about as wide a net as I think I can right now. And so obviously I said, I think I can. There's a limiting belief right there. Honestly, I think if Grant Cardone, Alex Hormozy, if they came into my life right now and they consulted on my life, right? And they were put in my shoes, basically, they would be able to impact a lot more people because of the character traits, the skills, and the beliefs that they have, right? I'm lacking in some of those because I haven't done the things that they've done, and I'm not the person that they are. And because of that, I'm doing the best I can with what I have. And yeah, I may be limiting myself, as we all do, but who I help in my daily life, I'm casting the widest net that I think is possible. And it's always striving to do your best and then become better. And so I'm always down to help people with their dreams and goals. That's where it has shown up in my life. And then that is anybody, by the way. And I just don't have the platform or the resources to reach a lot of people and do it right now, but I'm open to it. And it's helping anybody with dreams and goals. And I feel like everybody has a dream or goal or wants to. And so there are a lot of people I can help there. Where do I want to show up in my life? You guys know I have a goal of raising the standard of living across the world to middle class America so that so that everybody has more than enough food, shelter, water, and safety. Huge goal that incorporates all 8 billion people on the planet. I was like, if you're going to go big, why not go the biggest, right? And a lot of people say that's unrealistic, but I'd rather get out of bed for something unrealistic and strive towards it and then get unrealistic results that aren't all the way there rather than shoot small, achieve small, right? That's just me. Hey, I read a lot of self-improvement books, specifically 10X by Grant Cardone, and The Magic of Thinking Big, and The Power of Positive Thinking, and the Bible. And, all that kind of stokes my ambition a lot more. So anyway, that's why I have that goal. That's where I want to show up in my life. And how can you guys apply it to your life? I would say figure out a problem that breaks your heart and then cast a wide net for impact in that problem. So there's child slavery going on. There's sex trades going on. There's drug addiction, alcoholism, loneliness. All of these are problems that humans are experiencing every day. Figure out which one breaks your heart and then cast a wide net for impact in that direction. And so you might need to start with a certain niche or niche, however you like to say that word. And let me give you an example of this. My goal is to raise the standard of living across the world to middle class America so that everybody has more than enough food, shelter, water, and safety, right? That is going to happen by rallying 1 billion people across the world to act in a consistent, unified, focused manner towards that end goal. How many people am I impacting right now? Probably about 8 per day. with my podcast, and then probably about, I don't know, 10 to 12 per day with just daily interactions I have. So I'm at 20 a day and I need to get to a billion. Well, Timmy, how on earth do you plan on doing that? Well, you got to niche down first. And that's what I'm talking about. You start with where you can impact people the most. So I've developed an offer that I can give to people who find it valuable and are happy to spend money on it. I help get them results and I use those resources to roll it forward towards the impact. None of this is about cash flow for me. Yes, I want to secure financial freedom for myself and my family so that I can go do this impact. And yeah, there's the argument that I should be able to do the impact without caring for myself and without taking care of myself because of faith. My faith ain't there. Sorry. That's where I'm at. I'm human. So I'm getting the financial resources first and then I'm rolling it forward. So it starts with really understanding how cash moves, how those resources move, and then being able to deploy those resources in a manner that can multiply that impact. So it starts now with a virtual summit. Hopefully, the virtual summit gets 7,500 people there. Hopefully, I can sell 30, 50, 100 clients, right? I net 50, 30, 100K, 200K, whatever I net. I take that money and I roll it back into the business to create more profits. From those profits, I do what wisdom did in verse 3 and I send out people to market for me. Not necessarily young women and not necessarily people who are going to the highest places of town, but I go where the attention is and I deploy people on my behalf who believe in the mission and are happy to work with me and for me. And I can give them the opportunity to do it because of the cash flow I have from the business, right? I take that business, I commission those people, they market for me, I get more attention, convert it into more cash, which helps me get more attention. Cash, attention, cash, assets, cash flow to buy more attention, to get more cash flow, to get more assets, to get more cash flow, to get more attention. And you see how it goes. You start to compound cash flow, you start to compound attention, and then you start to rally that attention around a mission. And so it starts where, yeah, I have 8 people on this podcast right now, and I'm 560 episodes in. Seems like a bleak start. But as far as life goes, I'm about 30 seconds through the first quarter. Like I got a lot of time here. And that's a football reference. There's 4 quarters. Each quarter's 12 minutes. There's 48 minutes total. And I'm not even a minute in to the impact I'm going to be making. So yeah, 560 episodes in may seem like a lot, right? But as it compounds, as I get better, I will compound further and then I will continue to get better. And then my influence will grow and then people word of mouth will grow and all these beautiful things will happen. And I'll create this amazing impact starting from the niche of hosting a virtual summit to get people to curate their inner environment and outer environment, basically go from confused to clear, purposeless to fulfilled, and lonely to connected, helping people make those 3 transformations in their life with the 10 phases we go through on this podcast, right? That's a very certain niche that can solve a very certain problem for a very specific person at a very specific point in their life. I'm not going to be talking to entrepreneurs that are worth $10 million, and I'm not going to be talking to people who just got their first job, and I'm not going to be talking to people who are dead broke. I want to be able to help all 3 of those people, but I can't talk to them right now because that's not what my offer is doing. But as I roll the cash flow forward towards assets, towards more cash flow, towards getting more attention, towards more cash flow, towards getting more attention, you'll see how I build towards this 1 billion. And so when I'm saying figure out a problem that breaks your heart and cast a wide net for impact, the beginning of that net is really small. It starts from a very small point and it gets wider as it goes out. And so you have to start at that small point, start at that niche. But as you compound the impact that you begin getting with that niche, you can cast a wider and wider net and you can impact more and more people. And then, you get enough people impacted, y'all all start casting nets together, and then it gets real wild, right? So there we go. That's all we got for you guys today on the show. Thank you so much for listening. We will see you on the next one. And on that note, we're out.